Stephen, when you go out of a game and early like you did tonight, 2 quick fouls, and you're out for a few minutes, are you thinking about the fouls, or are you thinking about what you're going to do when you go back in the game? What's your mindset as you're waiting to get back in?
Mostly it's about why I'm sitting on the bench. That's a point of emphasis to keep our rotation the way it's supposed to be and start off the games right. So obviously an unfortunate break with the second foul, but you just try to stay locked in because you can't kind of sulk or get too down because eventually it'll come back around. You got to be ready to play whenever coach puts you back in.
Steph, Steve mentioned your patience. You and Clay both just to find a groove offensively. Did you feel like you guys looked for good shots and picked good times and showed some more patience?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously they're different. They have different defensive principles than OKC did. They're a little bit more athletic and trying to fly around and create havoc on the defensive end. But just like you said, just trying to be patient. Use shot fakes whenever you can, and work off of each other a little bit better, and kind of back to who we are, moving the ball. Nobody really held it for too long, setting screens for each other, and just having confidence to knock down shots when they present themselves.
Steph, those reaching fouls have been plaguing you a little bit so far this season. How do you find that balance between picking your spots where you can, get a clean steal and, getting caught up with, the rest blowing that whistle?
It's just having an awareness, to be honest. I mean, the first one, I tried to make a reaction play to a guy, cutting to the basket. And then after you get the first one, you got to just be mindful. The crazy thing is, I forget who called the foul, but he looked at it at halftime. I think he said he missed it. So it's kind of those ones like you wish you had it back, but obviously you don't want to put yourself in the position of being at the discretion of the call. But looking back, you try to just have an awareness of knowing if you don't have a play on the ball, keep your hands out, let somebody else come over and try to get or contest the shot at the rim, and then from there I can stay on the floor.
So we've seen these crazy halves and crazy quarters in the past, and sometimes it's a single play that kind of triggers the whole thing. Was there anything tonight at what point did you know this was coming in the second quarter there?
I didn't until I think the second three I hit in transition coming down. Either Zaza or Jordan, JB set a great screen and was able to knock it down. Actually, it might have been D West. But anyway, just have those kind of momentum plays where you start to open up the game. And then from there, just staying aggressive and got to the free throw line as well. So things started to flow. But I'd probably say that three right before the timeout, early in the second quarter, where you start to get a rhythm and your shot feels good and you're getting some open ones. That's when the avalanche starts. Say what? I was a body English to try to get it in. I think I turned around and kind of gave it a little leg kick trying to wheel it in because I thought it was short.
Steph, what did you see from Jordan tonight? His ferociousness on the defensive end of the floor?
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. He loves having that opportunity to impact the game. Blocking shots, switching onto whoever he needs to take on that one-on-one challenge, and using his athleticism and his high basketball IQ on the defensive end to impact the game. So I know he's been chomping at the bit to try to get out there and play. And that next man up mentality with Draymond and KD out, this is his opportunity and to go from inactive to the starting lineup and perform the way he did. That's kind of a testament to the kind of player he is and his potential.
Which one of his blocks do you like the best?
His chase down on Denzel was really nice because that's just an extra effort type of play. But probably the double jump at the end. That just takes a freak athlete to be able to have that kind of quickness off the ground. He impacted that first shot and made the guy, give it up, and he's able to turn around and still get a block. So it's pretty special.
Steph, you don't flex your biceps every night like that. Was it just to do it for Draymond with him being out, or just you went over a 7-footer for an and one?
Both. I don't get that opportunity like you said, but I've done that plenty of times before. I was looking for Draymond wherever he was, and I knew he was back in the locker room. So hopefully he was watching on TV and knew I was shouting him out.
Great. Is that it?
The rotation was a little messed up. Curry had a couple of fouls in the first. You started him in the second. Obviously, you had guys out. But what can you say about that group that started the second quarter and then just Steph in that second quarter just kind of going off?
Yeah, we got off to a good start in the second quarter after trailing, at the end of the first. So that was the key stretch, and it was a different group, but it was kind of fun to watch. With Steph and Sean and Andre out there. Sean and Andre are the guys we count on to settle the game down for us, but they're usually out there with Clay. But I reversed it with that foul trouble that Steph was on. So it was an interesting look, and obviously they got it going.
Got a favorite Jordan Bell block from tonight?
They were all impressive. The transition one where he got the left-handed block from behind, I can't remember who it was, Valentine maybe. That was pretty impressive, but 6 blocks. He was explosive.
How do you have to have him balance between great shot blocker, but he had jumped in the corner and fouled the guy. Just having to decide when to go for those.
Well, that's the whole thing, and that's the reason he hasn't been active all the time. Is that as explosive as he is, he's still making a lot of rookie mistakes. So we're just trying to work with him and show him tape. Jaron Collins works with him and watches all the film with him, and there'll be lots to look at. A lot of good stuff and some mistakes as well, but that's the point of playing and getting the experience.
Steve, with Steph and Clay, really taking control of this game offensively, does that give you confidence in being able to rest, your starters and stars of this team moving forward?
Rest who?
Rest of Draymond and whatnot, if I'm not mistaken.
We feel comfortable resting anybody. We're in it for the long haul, and if Steph or Clay needs a rest, we'll give them a rest. We got a deep roster, and we play everybody, and everybody's got to stay ready.
Quinn Cook got some runs tonight. What went into that decision? How important is it for him to get running?
Well, we like Quinn a lot. Good young player. He's been playing great down in Santa Cruz, and this was a good night for him with KD out. It was a good night for him to be here and to get some minutes, and I decided to put him in the first quarter with the foul trouble to Steph just because our rotation was messed up anyway. And rather than put Sean or Patrick in, I just decided to give Quinn those minutes in the meat of the game to see how he could do, and I thought he did a nice job.
Steve, how nice is it to see both Clay and Steph really in a group with their shots from all different spots on the court?
I liked their patience. I thought one of the reasons they shot so well was they were more patient than they've been the last couple of games. I thought the last couple of games they've both taken some difficult challenge shots, and it felt like tonight they were getting better looks, looking for great shots instead of challenged ones.
Steve, on the topic of rest, what are the challenges in terms of getting rest, giving guys rest on given nights, and also working through them on practice days, shoot-around days, and so forth, and making sure that the load on them is not too heavy? How do you handle it? How do you do that and balance that?
It's conversations with the players themselves, with Chelsea, and then just kind of getting a feel. But it's amazing how refreshing a day off can be, where you don't even have to emotionally prepare for a game. That's why I gave Draymond the night anyway, even though KD wasn't playing, and it just felt like it was a good night to give Draymond the chance to just breathe and watch the game at his own leisure and enjoy it, and he'll come back recharged and refreshed tomorrow.
Is it too early to know what KD's status will be for tomorrow?
I would call him doubtful. mean, we don't know for sure, but we probably shouldn't have played him Wednesday. I thought he was fine. We thought he was fine, but then he got a little sore afterwards, and I'm sure the league is happy with us because we played him on their marquee game with Russ and all that stuff, and but he came out sore the next day, so we shouldn't have played him, and so now we've got to be careful, and I don't think it's anything serious, but we've got to make sure he's right, so I would say he's doubtful.